welcome back to another episode of the Her Expert Interviews. This month, we are going to be discussing the secret to achieve sustainable business expansion. And as usual, we bring you the experts, or in another language, you can call it the kafulus of this topic. This month, we have an amazing guest. You've seen her on TV, newspapers, radio, any media platform, and today we are blessed to have her on our YouTube channel. Before we start, please make it a point to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be updated or notified whenever we post a new video. Imani, the floor is yours.
Hi, how are you doing? My name is Imani Chizito. I'm the designer behind the brand Imani K. So Imani K is a bespoke clothing brand based in Kampala, Uganda. So why I chose the name Imani K, I feel like it's my baby in all senses. I wanted to have that attachment to the brand and to the business as well. You know, this isn't my first business. So when it came to this one, I wanted to make sure that I'm doing right by it in a sense.
Amazing. Yeah. You've mentioned something when you were introducing your business. You say that it's a bespoke brand. So there's some of us who are not so, up to speed with such terminologies. So do you mind breaking it down? Like, what does bespoke mean?
So bespoke in simple terms is simply made to measure or made to order. My process is basically, it comes from consultation to we look at the design. I try so hard to be innovative with my designs and to make sure that the customer is getting that customized experience.
Exactly. Yeah. So in the creative process, you've mentioned you have to measure, make some drawings. Are one of the requirements of being a designer, do you need to have studied art or have an artistic hand, or you just learned on the job?
I mean, I wouldn't say that you must have studied art or fashion. I didn't go to fashion school, by the way. So I'm completely self-taught in that regard. Okay. And the ideology that you must have studied art, I don't really think it aligns with fashion, because fashion is all about creativity, innovation. But of course, it does help if you've studied art.
Great. So who are you wearing? Since we're with a design, we have to ask that.
That's so obvious. Imani K. Imani K on the trousers, Imani K the kaftan. This is under my ready-to-wear brand, Sui the label. So, yeah.
Amazing. So do you always wear your brand?
I mean, majority of the time. Yeah, majority of the time.
So you can't remember the last time you bought clothes? Or you?
I mean, I'll buy 1 or 2 pieces, but most times, the thing is I'm also so picky when it comes to garments. My style is so weird for my age. So 9 times out of 10, I'll opt to make something that I know I'm going to rewear because it's a staple. I love the quality, it goes with myself and the brand.
You know how movies have genres? It's a horror movie, a thriller, romance. So how would you describe your brand? What's the feel? Is it casual? Is it how do you want someone to feel when they're wearing Imani?
I mean, the number one thing, luxury. I love looking expensive.
I can imagine, yeah. Me too, guys. Me too, you can see.
But also, to me, there's a modern feel to it. But it's also, especially when it comes to Imani K, the brand, it's very avant-garde. So when you look at my social media, I try to be quite innovative with my designs, I've worked with some people and we're seeing zhuzh, we're seeing structure. And on the Ugandan market, sometimes it feels like, am I doing the right thing? Because you're looking at other designers and it's very, I wouldn't say simple, but now with me, I'm very avant-garde, I'm very modern and luxury,
You want to
but
go
9 times
out?
out of 10, I also work with my customer's personality. That's what consultations are for. When someone comes and they're like, oh, this is what I'm interested in, this is how I want to look on that day, I just make sure to create something that aligns with them and their personality.
Amazing. So what sparked the growth of your brand? What was that?
Would you chase me away if I said God?
No, where would we?
I think first in this generation, I feel like it's one of those things whereby when someone asks you about your business and the first thing you say is God, they're like, really?
You just don't want to tell us.
Yeah, you just don't want to tell us. But with me, I'm very spiritual and I'm very open about my spirituality. I feel like God has engineered every single part of my business.
Inshallah.
But then also, after God, I would say it's creating a business structure that has been sort of the foundation of everything. Because a business that lacks structure, it's sort of like a house that lacks foundation.
Sure.
So you can't really build something that you want to be sustainable, you want it to be long-term, you know, you want it to be organized, but you lack the structure.
What do you mean by structure in the fashion sense?
So when I talk about structure, I mean we're getting down to the basis of a good business. We're talking the vision, the mission, the core values, the objectives, the principles, and sort of the things that are going to make you get to where you're going.
Okay.
So when you have the basis, you're looking at, okay, I have a plan for my business. And at whatever stage you're at, you have to remember growth isn't linear.
Yeah.
It's quite irregular, and you have to, so whatever stage you're getting to, you're sort of looking back and you're like, is this aligning with my values? Is this aligning with, you know, my principles? Is this my goal? You know, let's say you have an opportunity, but it's not your goal. And you're like, okay, if I do this, will it take me off track? So structure, to me, it's quite important.
Yeah. So you've mentioned that, you know, before the creative process, you need to sit down with a client and ask them how do they want to feel, what look are they trying to achieve, you know? So how important is, or what role does customer feedback play into this?
In my opinion, I feel like customer feedback can single-handedly make or break a business because the customer experience is very, very important. You want to make sure that one, the process through which the customer got in touch with you, it was quite seamless, or it was easy. Two, you want to make sure during the consultation process, you know, they feel heard, they feel, oh, okay, I'm not the designer, but she definitely listened to what I wanted. You know, some people come and whatever design they want, that's what you have to make. And some others come and they're like, you know, be creative, do with it as you please. And then also in regards to after making the garment, it will teach you a lot about your business. So sometimes I've gotten very poor feedback. Yeah. And in that moment, it's my attitude that had to sort of create the way for me to either continue successfully or to be like, you know what, this business I'm done. Because some customers are going to tell you things you don't want to listen to. They'll tell you your finishing was horrible, you know, you delivered late. It's not a time to catch an attitude. It's the time to now listen and say, okay, how can I make sure that I rectify the situation and this doesn't happen again. True.
Speaking of lessons, what have been your biggest lessons while trying to, you know, scale this brand of yours?
So many.
You can just mention
so
like
many.
two
Like if I think about it, there's so many. But I think I'd say discipline.
Okay, that's really
discipline
important.
in everything that you do. You have to have patience. You have to have commitment, sacrifice, and also discipline. I just come from my parents are both like very disciplined people, so I think it was easier for me to adapt.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't change that in a business, you can't run it like a hobby. Yeah. You have to genuinely commit yourself and sacrifice and be disciplined personally, but then also with your relationship with God. You know, there's certain things that you may want to do, but you can't commit to them simply because they don't align with your values or they don't align with the big plan you have for yourself. So I'd say, in a nutshell, fully, discipline and God.
That's amazing. Yeah. So our last question would be, what would be your approach, or what is your approach in managing rapid, can I say, growth of your business? How do you manage that? Because some people have a problem with managing how rapid the business is growing. Yeah, you find that you have so many orders, you can't manage, then you're panicking, So how do you do that?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think a number of things. But to start, I would say be consistent with your vision. So at whatever stage you're at in your business, don't forget your core values, don't forget your mission, don't forget your objectives. Yeah. Stick with the foundation that you've already built, okay? Number two, I would say invest in the people and the processes aspect of your business. When I say people, I mean both internally and externally. So the employees, number one, like the team that you work with, it's very important that you guys have clear communication channels throughout. Your vision can't be like this and theirs is there. Yeah. You'll never be at par. Yeah. And then even in regards to like your suppliers, your supply chain, and then externally, your customers. Like your customer experience is very, very important. Yeah. And also just on that external part, we have mentors. Mentorship programs, workshops, the network. I think for me that's played a huge role in that aspect of managing growth. You know, I have a lot of mentorship. Something else that I really employ is being innovative. I think it's no brainer in my industry, like it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
You'll be chilling on a good day and then you're seeing day couture, day clothing, day tailors, day fashion house, and you're like, man, there's so much competition that if you're not someone who is willing to bring something new, whether it's in regards to your products, your services, your experience, your customer experience, it's going to be very easy to get lost in the noise.
Amazing. Yeah.
And another aspect, this one's a bit more specific, I would say your financial health. Know your finances as a business owner. That is so important. You genuinely cannot grow, at least sustainably, if you're not in sync with your finances. Yeah.
Amazing. You genuinely cannot grow if you're not in sync with your finances. That is a very key point that you have mentioned there. From this interview I've picked, there's a statement you mentioned. You said that growth is not linear. It's irregular, right?
Yes, please.
And that's something I feel like most people that are starting out should know, because that will manage your expectations in many things. To me, I feel like that would. So I want you to share with us your parting shots from this topic of how to achieve, or what is the secret to a sustainable business expansion. What are your parting shots?
I would say, one, develop that business structure. That structure is as important as a house. Like a house needs a foundation, a business needs a structure. You need a plan. You need a game plan that you're going to follow through and through. And then the other thing I'd really highlight is, for a brand that's growing, you have to remember, like, it's going to require a lot of sacrifice, a lot of commitment, because the number of times I would cry myself to sleep. But at the end of the day, like, your hard work pays off, and it's very humbling to see that come to fruition. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen that are watching, we have been with Imani K from Imani K Designs, who has been taking us through or leading us in the discussion of how to, or the secrets to achieve sustainable business expansion. Don't forget to like, comment, share our YouTube channel to all your friends, people that you think that may benefit from such conversations, such building, thought-provoking conversations, discussions with different experts. We would also want to order, and also keep in tabs with what you're doing, your different customers. Kindly share with us your social media handles, how we can reach you, your telephone number maybe. Please note, this telephone number is only for business, nothing else. Please do not come with any other business. It's just ordering clothes from Imani, So kindly share with us.
So my social media handles are imanik.co. Actually, a lot of people think that's my business name. So my business name is Imani K.
Okay.
But for social media, it's imanik.co on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Then my phone number is 0709 698 400.
Amazing. Definitely hit her up to look luxurious, to feel, just to look like her. Catch us next month with another expert and another exciting topic. Please like, comment, share, like I mentioned before. Share our YouTube channel with all your friends you feel like they'll benefit from such engaging discussions. But as for now, we are signing out. See you next month.